From the top, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Meshochav Decha, El Ritzonecha, Yishtachaveh Hadarecha, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 yeah, la 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 la. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Whether you're joining us here in person in Snellville or joining us online, welcome. Shabbat Shalom. Really nice to be here. My name is Hillel Nori. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm the new rabbi here at Beth David, and really nice to spend Shabbat evening together. If you're lighting candles at home, please, now is the time. Joanna, b'vakasha, come on up. I'll ask you to join us on page 120 in the Siddur, 120 for the lighting of the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahadlikneh shel Shabbat.
Amen. Lehadlikneh shel Shabbat. And then on page 121, again, as we deepen our venture into Shabbat and step further away from the work week, let's read responsively here on page 121. Joanna first.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us.
Reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and in our lives.
Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. And let us all say, Amen. Let's turn ahead to page 132. We're going to sing a lot tonight. Or Zarua, the last four lines on the bottom of the page. Since we just lit the lights, we're going to talk about and sing about light a little bit more. That inner light, that light we feel within, that spark of light that makes us know and remember that we're alive and that we matter. So at the bottom of page 132, please join me. Or צדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו. שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו. From the top, or Zarua, Zarua לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו. שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו. יא לי לי לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי לי לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי לי לי, יא לי 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 לי, יא לי 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 לי. Good, let's turn ahead to page 135 for Romemu. Again, the last three lines in the Hebrew, transliterated or in the Hebrew. We're going to start kind of slow and then build a little bit. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu veishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ya la la, ya la la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, little louder. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, up high, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Nice, very, very nice. Thank you. Let's turn for Lecha Dodi to 138. We'll sing the first, the fifth, and the ninth verses. At the ninth verse, we'll stand up, turn towards the door, whether you're here in the sanctuary or at home. Stand up, turn and face towards the door, and greet the Sabbath Queen, the Sabbath Bride, and really try to make our transition complete from what was before in the week that we experienced to what lies ahead in the Shabbat that we're about to experience. And I don't think we sang this melody either of the last times I was here. That's kind of the excitement of getting to know each other. It's getting to know each other's music. Should I tell them the story? Yeah. I'll tell you a little story, okay? I like to tell stories. So when Joanna and I met, we were already in our 30s. We already had a life as adults, and when we met, we merged our own independent book collections and our own independent music collections. Back then, technology was a little different, so we had CDs, we had albums, we had a lot of music that I had accumulated, as you can imagine, over 30-plus years of being a person. And same true with Joanna, who grew up in a musical family and a musical person and a musician. So amongst all of the music that we had, hundreds of CDs, hundreds and hundreds of albums, we only had two things in common. Isn't that amazing? We're really very close in age, so it's not that we're part of a different generation musically, but we almost are. We only had two albums amongst all of our hundreds in common. You'll never guess them. I would say, hey, let's play a guessing game, but you'll never guess them. One of them was Anita Baker, and one of them was Joni Mitchell. So, I don't know, it just so happened that those were the two that we had in common. Anyways, we grew to know each other's music. I mean, I was exposed to a whole range of music which I didn't know, but which was really appropriate for me and my generation, and the same was true for her. So a part of getting to know each other and really learning who the other is learning our music. So here's one which I really like. And I want you to imagine before there were musical instruments, and really all you had was your voice and the simple rhythmic sounds that you could make with your body. And then really one of the earliest melodic possibilities was to whistle. So imagine that you're really, really an ancient Israelite, and all you have is your voice and your whistle. Nice, right? Ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu elam yuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'letzilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha dodi לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בא אורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Let's turn to the top of 140. Just down to starts the third line in. Let's sing one more affirmation. That it's good to sing in praise of God and to welcome the Shabbat with song. Tov lehodot l'Adonai u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Everybody nice and loud. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. Everyone, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמחה עליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמחה עליון. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר, בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות. Very, very nice. Let's turn to page 142. 142. Let's sing this one without the guitar. Shalom Aleichem, 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Ashared, Malachei Elyon. Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Varchuni leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malchei amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Let's read responsively the 4 paragraphs following. Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Bless me with peace, O messenger of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. We stand, page 144. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba be'almadi brachirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'b'yomeichon u'b'chayei dechol bet Yisrael ba'agala ba'agala ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עולמיה. יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא וימרו אמן. Please be seated. Again, Shabbat Shalom. I want to speak to you tonight about 2 different time frames and 2 different distances. First is a long distance where you know it will take you a significant amount of time to get there. If you look off in the horizon and you see a tremendous gap which you must traverse, big mountain that seems small because it's so far away, you know that it will take you a significant amount of time to reach the destination. The other is where your sight is set much closer. The distance is right in front of you, maybe even just the next step you are about to take, and nothing more, and really it's a very quick amount of time which will pass as you traverse a very short distance. Now, each of these distances can be seen as a kind of goal. Of course, if you want to make it to the mountain far, far away, you have to actually take a step. You can't just leap all the way there and not do each of the interim steps. So We know that kind of intrinsically because most of us learned how to walk. You understood that to get from one side to the other, you had to stand up and take that series of steps. Now, what I really want us to focus on is when we want to think about only the next couple of steps and when we want to think about those things which will take us a long time to get there, those things which are far, far away. When do we set our target close and concentrate on a short period of time? And when do we think about what will take us a long period of time and set our target far, far out in the distance? Most often, we have so much on our mind. We're of a torn mind. We're paying attention to more than one thing at a time. That we're actually not balanced and we're kind of anxious. When we're feeling good about that, we call it industry and labor and productivity and creativity even. And it is all those things. But when you're in that frame of mind, you cannot look at the far, far horizon and try to get there. The whole range of vision which we can have when we're deeply engaged in many different things, anxious, busy, complex. The whole range we have is really very, very short. What can we really, really concentrate on? Well, just really the next few steps. And I don't want you to think that I'm describing that in a negative way. It obviously has its limits, but it is also what allows us to make steady progress on things which can't be done very, very quickly. If you try to reach for the very, very end of your project, you're not going to get there. The whole point of any learning venture is to take each of the intermediate steps, to go through each of the belt levels, to learn how to play scales before you learn how to play sonatas. So most often, the best advice is to focus close. If you really want to accomplish something, if you've set for yourself a goal, whatever it may be, whatever measure you've set, know what you're heading for, but pay attention to what is most immediately in front of you. And concentrate on the short-range goals which you can accomplish in just a couple of steps. That's Sunday through Thursday afternoon. And then Friday morning comes, and you know that Shabbos is coming. And it's not that we can stop just yet, but we know that we're going to shift our focus to the larger, more meaningful, more significant goals we have. And to slow down, and to not just look at our feet and the few steps ahead of us and how to accomplish the next piece. But to set that pace aside and instead to step back, lift our eyes up, and look at the distant horizon. To dream, to imagine, to reach, to stretch, to rest, to slow down. When you do that, you can focus so much more clearly on something far, far away. And the things which are right in front of you kind of fall to the side, outside of our peripheral vision, because we've shifted our focus. That's the Shabbat focus. Shabbat is not about getting ahead, moving forward, short-term goals. It's about reconnecting with what really matters and those things which ultimately take a long time to get to, because they're really lifelong goals, like connection, understanding, wisdom, compassion, love, and real community. So, Ribono Shel Olam, Master of all things, this Shabbat lift our vision up from our feet to the mountains which are far away. Slow us down and grant us that clarity of vision to see our lifelong goals and the things which are most important. And then, Ribono Shel Olam, with the clarity and the rest that comes from that vision, next week, may we get back to work and reconnect again with each other to put that vision into place. May that be your will, Adonai, and we all say, Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Please stand for the Baruch Hu, page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Let's sing a little more. From the top. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach le'olam vaed. HaMevorach HaMevorach le'olam vaed. Good. If you know the words, then you don't have to really look in the Siddur to sing them. And if you don't know the words, then you can look in the Siddur on page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Page 156. All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from the tyrant's fists. You work wonders without number, marvel beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You performed miracles for us before Pharaohs, signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude. They accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all of Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyfully. Page 158. This is another new one. I don't think we sang this the last time I was here. I like this. It's kind of a gospel feel. Old-timey gospel on Mi Chamocha. Just the first 3 lines, really. You'll pick it up. It's not too complicated. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, nora tehilot, nora tehilot. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, nora tehilot, nora tehilot. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, nora tehilot, nora tehilot. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, nora tehilot, nora tehilot. Mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha, mi chamocha. Good, please stand. Turn to 162. At the top of the page. We'll sing it in the Hebrew and then read it together in the English. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. 164. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I did say that. Middle of 162. Together. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. 164. Adonai. Svatai tiftach. Ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai. Svatai tiftach. Ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai. Svatai tiftach. Ufi yagi tehilatecha. Good, let's pause and be silent. If you have your Siddurim, close them, set them aside or hold them gently in your hands. Focus on your breath. Relax and extend your body upwards and outwards as you breathe. The bottom of page 180, it says Shalom. Oh, say Shalom b'mamad, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. From the top, oh, say Shalom b'mamad, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Please be seated. Turn ahead to page 371. I think that's right. I don't have a Mishaberach list, right? No. But we will pause and say a blessing for those who are ill. Good. So I don't have a list, but we're taking names from the Kehillah, from the community here, and then from online. So please, if someone close to you is ill and you'd like their name included, please either mention it now to Judy or send it in online.
Leo and Juanita Clausen, Polly Cantos, Harrison Seyfried.
Penny and Marty Gross, Peter Yarrow, Sandy Steinberger, Morrison Felice Friedman, Katie Adler, Linda and Steve Ely, Andrew Fine, Pete Kokinda, Bobby Ginsberg, Linda Jacobson, Margot and Jerry Hunt.
David Cobor, Mary Ruth and Jason Downey, and baby Judah, Judy Ricketson.
Carl Coffey and Kathy's fiance, Darrow.
Linda and Stephen Ely, Susan and Larry Aft, Allison Slaughter, Rebecca Goodman, Susie Horowitz, John St. Clair, Dawn St. Clair, Lainey Roan, Marianne Roan, Sophia Firestone, Robert Whitlock, Jackie Freeman, Dawn Freeman, Barbara Whitlock, Terry Hurst, Tanya Hurst, Lisa Duncan, Mab Francis, Amy Goldstone, Jerry Wells, Bonnie Miller, Lisa Miller, Mike Roth, Dennis Sadler, Lisa Ann Gaston, Patty Beeman, Kim Carr, Shannon Pointer, Joel Freed, Elliot, Steve Miller, Elliot Freed.
May they want to bless our ancestors, bless all those, and heal all those who are ill. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And together, let us all say, Amen. Please turn ahead to page 586, and we'll stand for Aleinu to conclude our service. Aleinu, page 586. Yes. Can we have somebody to open the ark? Yeah, good. Doesn't have to be me. Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adonai, חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לבני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your reign be established here on earth, and the word of your prophet be fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and forever. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad, u'shemo echad. We turn from Mourner's Kaddish to page 598. This week we mark the yard sites for Mimi Weiner, Don Friedis, Jean Greenbaum, Solomon Horowitz, Beverly Moskowitz, Francis Rodriguez, and George Kirchhoff. Also in this past year, we mark the yard sites for Sylvia Cart, Rossi Davis, Jack Smith, Laura Russignac Rosen, Louis Jutzi, Michael Bernard, Annette Carter, Edna Doctorman, Robert Diskin, Erwin Finkelman, Mickey Kroll, Daniel Roach, Nicholas Collins, Ed Gallup, Frank Perrone, Barbara Babbitt, Eugene Schmuckler, John McPeak, Dennis Clausen, and Ellie Freed. Tehei nishmotam tzrurot b'tzror ha'chaim, we pray their souls be bound up in the bond of life, and that their memories be a blessing. Mourner's Kaddish 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach irutei, ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimeru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'omei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimeru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru amen. Again, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight and for singing so wonderfully. Thank you for joining us online if you did. We have a couple of birthdays this week we want to announce. Lee Goodman, happy birthday. And Sarah Ann Whitlock, happy birthday. We will not announce the years of their birth, but we do have a couple of other announcements. Please, b'vakasha, Jeannie.
In keeping with current CDC guidelines, TBD is now requiring masks for everyone in the building who is not actively leading services. Gwinnett County is now classified as Code Red, which means high community transmission. Please continue to read your TBD emails for announcements and event details. We want to thank Corporal Call for keeping us safe tonight and every time he puts on his uniform.
Great. I just want to make a little announcement that isn't really an announcement, and that is to say, please join us tomorrow morning for Shabbat morning services here. I believe we'll try to have online services through our Zoom, but no guarantees because I'm still learning how it all works. So please come in person and be here. We'll be in the sanctuary. We'll have a full-on Shabbat morning service. Secondly, I want to continue to extend an invitation to start to get to know each other better, to sit down, have coffee together. There's coffee here. I'll be in the shul often. Let's make a time to sit and talk about your short-term visions for what we need and your long-term thinking about the shul and what it means to you and your own Jewish life. That goes for everybody. Most importantly, please be in touch. Contact us. Come on Shabbat. Come when we are here. Reach out to us. If you're already thinking about where you'll be for the high holidays, think about coming and joining us here. We have room for you. So please think about that. Yes, again.
Am I on? What time are we meeting tomorrow?
Has it been advertised? I think it was advertised as 11.
11. Okay,
I
thanks.
think that's what it is. So 11. We're going to do it 11. That's when we'll be here. And I'll just say we're going to spend about an hour and a half together. So from about 11 to about 12:30. Look forward to having you here. Cool. Shabbat Shalom.